Hey, very good morning to everyone out there. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options. In the morning market preparation video for September 17th, 2017. Well, hey, I hope everyone had a very profitable day yesterday, and I want to wish everyone a profitable day today. My goodness, this market is bullish, bullish, bullish. Just when you think the market is going to pause to rest a little bit, the bulls step in and drive the market even higher. So here we were yesterday, showing just a little bit of a pause. And then here came the bulls pushing harder yesterday, driving the diamonds, the SPY, and the Qs to new record highs. And at least at the moment, futures are suggesting that they're going to push just a little bit more this morning. Not a ton. We're not wildly bullish or anything this morning. We're waiting on a bunch of earnings reports. But we are pushing higher, as you can see here in the Dow. Dow is stretching out to possibly make yet another new record high, which would be, we're getting very close to 50 record highs this year. Maybe we've gone over that. A tremendous strength in this run. So what do we do with something like this? Well, I know common sense tends to come into play, and a lot of people look at this and say, it's up so much, it absolutely has to come down here eventually. And it's true, it will come down at some point in time. But I'll tell you honestly, a mistake that I made as a inexperienced trader years ago was assuming that all the knowledge I had collected, all the ability I had with all of my indicators and charting and everything that I had learned over my lifetime, my trading lifetime, I should say, would tell me or provide me a bias and tell me that the market should, in fact, roll over and start coming down. I mean, common sense tells you that, right? We're up this much, probably going to pull back and roll over. And what I would end up doing is find myself fighting the trend. And, this is really a common thing for men. I don't know why men want to fight. They want to fight to be right. And it's very, very common that you can get on the wrong side of a trend like this and try to fight against it, thinking that, trying to prove that you're right, and only finding yourself being run over and over again. And I find as I coach people, women don't have this problem. They will quickly and readily admit when they're wrong. They don't want to fight that trend as commonly as men will. So one of the first things you want to do is prepare for your trading day. What's the sentiment of the market? What does the chart tell us? Well, clearly the trend is strong, and the trend is remaining strong, and we don't want to step in front of that. We don't want to try and predict it's going to roll over. We want to just stay with the trend. So trade with the trend rather than fight the trend, and you're going to find yourself doing a lot better in your trading. When we take a look at the SPY had this little tiny rest period here, but it's pushing higher this morning. Looks like it's going to push just a little higher here at the open. If we take a look at the Qs have been unbelievably strong, and the big reaction yesterday in Apple certainly, helped things out here. With the Qs looking like it's going to push for a new record high open at the open today. Apple made a big move yesterday, just really powered higher. This morning it's looking at a little tiny pullback. as it runs into this resistance. It was really questionable whether or not it was going to make it up through there. And if we take a look at our moving averages, you can see this was a pop above the 50-day moving average. So it would be very common to see this rest or pull back toward that 50-day moving average. But showed incredible strength breaking through yesterday, and that really helped the Qs move along yesterday, and showing the power and the strength here of these bulls. Don't step in front of them. Don't fight them. Stay with the trend, and you're going to find yourself doing way better overall in this market. When we take a look at IWM, now IWM is still resting, and it looked like IWM might fall out of bed here, but it ended up holding on. And for now, I really kind of like this pattern. I still think this is a very productive pattern after such a strong run up to rest like this and not really show much for selling going on. That's really proving to me strength. You know, we would normally see it after such a massive run up, you know, a peak and then a new valley. We're not seeing that. No peak and valley here. We're just resting. No one wants out. And so we'll have to keep an eye on this. We could break down still, but as for now, I'm just waiting for the next potential signal to break through the top side of this, as IWM may just continue this trend higher. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Take a quick look at the VIX. That VIX continues to hover down here in this, what I call the danger zone. It's that complacency where everyone believes there's just no failure in the market. And that's usually when you get the big fear spikes. Something kicks up and creates that fear spike, and it can move very quickly. So you don't want to have a bias toward the market falling lower, but you do want to be focused on the price action. If price action starts giving us those clues that we're going to start dipping lower, then you want to be prepared with a plan. For now, there seems to be no fear whatsoever that the bears are anywhere near the market. On the excuse me, on the economic calendar today, we have import-export prices here at 8:30. We have industrial production, which is the most important number of the day. Housing market index, Treasury budget, and Treasury International Capital. Unlikely that any of these, except maybe industrial production, could really move the market. But if you take a peek here into industrial production, we're kind of expecting a good number, and actually most of these are expecting pretty decent numbers for today. So on the economic calendar side, there doesn't look to be anything that would really create a whole lot of havoc today. On the earnings calendar, that's where the big stuff is, and there's been a lot of modification of the earnings calendar over the last couple of days, but there's quite a few important reports coming out today. One being Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley has already reported this morning, and they've reported well. You can see we closed here yesterday on Morgan Stanley. We're gapping up here this morning. We also have Goldman Sachs reporting today. We have Cree reporting today. We have IBM. We have PGR. There's just quite a few big companies reporting today, and those earnings, at least so far, continue to roll in positive. So when I say stay with the trend, you know, when we start hitting earnings season and the earnings are rolling in positively and they're actually supporting these current prices in the market, we can definitely see this market continue to push higher toward the end of the year. So don't count this market out yet. Don't fight against it. Stay with the trend. All right, everyone. Hey, if this is the first time you've ever seen this information, I put this out every day as part of my market preparation, and I just happen to share it. I'm not doing it necessarily out of the goodness of my heart. I just share it with everyone, and if they find that useful, they can please take advantage of it. Also, please feel free to share this video with any of your friends, family, or whoever you'd like. I believe in preparation. I don't believe in luck. So this kind of work is important to me to prepare or set my mind for the day, where I'm going to be, how I'm going to trade the day. And seeing trends like this makes me just want to continue to trade within the trend. Avoid my bias, trade within the trend. So please do me a favor if you feel like it's worthy. Do me the honor of clicking that subscribe button or clicking that follow me button on Facebook. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to drop me a comment. Click those thumbs up buttons. I would really appreciate it. With that, I want to wish everyone a great day and great profits. And I will talk to you all very, very soon. Take care.